Welcome to Subramani. The most important question to ask when you're taking insurance, whether it is medical insurance or life insurance, whether it is term insurance, that's the only insurance that I would ever recommend. Pure term insurance, no return of premium, no paying for 5 years and covering for 10 years and 20 years and 50 years and things like that. You want a 10-year term insurance, take a 10-year premium to be paid kind of an insurance. Don't take something different. Having said that, the most important thing about an insurance is whether they will pay the claim or whether they will look for an excuse not to pay the claim. I have some stunning cases where companies tried not to pay, but in one case the IRDA pushed them to make the payment. I don't know whether I've done a video on this. I've done a blog on this for sure. So if you go to subramani.com, you will see. I don't think I have named the insurance company, but maybe I have. I'm not very sure. But I have seen cases where one insurance company has paid, the other company has not paid, but people have not pursued it. The managers, bank managers who sell you the policies are just not interested in pursuing the matter. They will not pursue the matter and they will say what to do. They are saying it is a pre-existing illness. It is completely, I can assure you, bank relationship managers are not interested in pursuing your claim because they are more interested in their relationship with the life insurance company. Yes, I am making a very damaging statement. I have seen this happen. So what is important? It is important that when you take term insurance, which is the only insurance that I am suggesting to anybody ever, is to make sure that you do everything proper and responsible to make sure that the claim is not rejected, even if it is made within 6-7 months of taking the life insurance policy. Anybody who takes a life insurance policy actually does not want to make the claim, wants to live through the policy and say I'm alive after 20 years or 25 years, whatever is the policy term. But unfortunately, sometimes it happens that a person takes a policy in January and in October or November meets with an accident and he dies, or dies of natural causes, heart attack or accident or anything like that. When the death happens, within 2 years, the companies start investigating and the company can come out with anything that they want to. There have been cases when they have said, oh, the person who died was under the influence of liquor. Honestly, it should not matter, right? If you have given me term insurance, then you have to cover you. Being under the influence of liquor is also covered. Illegal death is also covered. You were walking in the forest, you got attacked by a leopard in Bombay and you died, that is also covered. You cannot say, oh, you shouldn't have walked in the forest, right? Nothing of that sort. Term insurance. I remember meeting Mr. Rangachari, the first IRDA chairman, and he was doing a press conference in Mumbai. And I asked him what is not covered in term insurance claim. He said suicide within 1 year is not covered. Other than that, everything else is covered. I said, what about being under the influence of liquor and crossing the road? He said everything is covered, because if I give them any chance, these companies will try to say, oh, this is not covered and that is not covered. There is only one risk that I can think of: you not disclosing everything that should be disclosed. What should be disclosed is extremely difficult to say. And I'm going to quote a recent case of Reliance Insurance, when it was kicked by the court and forced to make a payment with interest. But what you should is, everything that is asked for, you should fill it up honestly. It's very important that you fill up the form yourself, because the agent or the relationship manager in a bank are more in a hurry to close the policy. You should be interested in knowing whether you will get the claim. For you, getting the claim is more important. For these people, closing the policy, especially 30th September, 31st March, any of these dates are very, very important for them. So they'll come to you and say, ye jaldi le lo, abhi le lo, medical mat karo, why don't you convert it into a pension plan, right? All those things, all the dirty tricks department, they will try. It is in your interest that you fill up the form. Some things like, did any of your parents or elder brother die before the age of 65 of heart attack, cancer, etc.? Don't think it is irrelevant, because if you were to take an insurance and die within 6 months or 3 months, they will use every dirty trick in the trade or outside the trade to make sure that the claim is not made, right? That the claim is not paid off. So be very careful while filling up the form. You had a fall at home, you were hospitalized and nothing happened, but you were hospitalized and all this happened last month or 2 years before. Please mention it. Don't think it is irrelevant. It is not your job to think what is relevant, what is irrelevant. You have BP, sugar, you don't mention, it won't really matter, because anyway, if you're taking a big policy, I'm talking of 4-5 crores, you will definitely get a medical checkup. You will have to do a medical checkup. However, if you're very young, if you're just 25 years of age or 22 years of age and you are taking a 50 lakh policy, maybe there will be no medical. But at that age, I don't see any great complications arising. But when you're 40, 45 and you're taking an insurance policy, even of 1 crore or 1.5 crores, very good chance that you will get a medical done. And that time your BP, sugar, everything will show up, should show up. But even if you are, if you have BP, if you have sugar, diabetes, please mention it while taking the policy, because you are not telling a lie to the insurance company, you are telling a lie to your wife. You are trying to tell your wife, here is an insurance policy worth 1 crore, if I die this will pay. But if you have lied, the insurance company will not pay. Now let us take this case of Reliance, where Reliance contended that there was they concealed a material evidence. What was the material evidence? This man who had taken a policy, I'll give you the dates in a jiffy, had an accident and he was hospitalized, and that hospitalization was not shown, not mentioned in the policy. I think this is very dicey, because the court said this has no relevance at all in your plan, because you would have anyway done your medical and something would have shown up. Also, the doctors did not recommend that he should not ride a scooter for the rest of his life. They just said 10 days rest, which he had taken. So there was the court struck it down, saying no, this is nonsense. But the more important thing is, they said this lady who is applied for it is or who is appealed is not a customer within the definition of a customer. I don't think there can be more frivolous an argument, and it is so stupid. You don't expect your client to come and claim because he took the policy. It is his wife or daughter or son who is going to make the claim. So this is such a stupid argument, and I don't know how. Yes, but of course it's Reliance Insurance. They didn't want to make the payment, so they came out with all these kind of things. Another thing is, if you don't trust a company, and why would you take insurance from them? How would you trust Anil Ambani? This is Anil Ambani company. When he is declared himself bankrupt, the intention to pay anybody is not there. The intention to pay the shareholder paid 450 rupees for a share of Reliance Power. He's been taken to the cleaners. The lenders have been taken to the cleaners. The customers of CDMA connection, if you remember, have been taken to the cleaner. Why do you think they will pay your insurance claim, right? So please go to a brand that you can trust. For example, for me it is easy to trust an HDFC brand or an SBI brand rather than trust brands like Reliance. I mean, when I say Reliance, I mean the Anil Ambani side of Reliance. Mukesh Ambani side I'm willing to trust. So tomorrow if there is Geo insurance, maybe I will take. Maybe it is irrelevant for me, but look at the arguments which they have given. The NCRDC bench NCDRC, right, which is the bench said, while it may be Reliance Insurance claim that the DLA does not disclose the fact of hospitalization as required in the form, the medical examination of the proposed guys regarding pre-existing illness or disease should have shown up. There is nothing to say that this should be this can be used as an excuse, right? The bench directed Reliance Life Insurance to pay within 2 months to the nominee of the dead person the amount of insurance for which he was eligible, which is about 1 crore with 9% interest. The fact is, on 14th October 2015, Moradabad based Vijay Kumar Verma, an employee of Oriental Bank of Commerce, bought a life insurance for 1 crore from Reliance Life Insurance. It's not very clear from where he has bought it. Being a bank employee, maybe OBC does distribute Reliance Life Insurance. I don't have an idea. The insurance policies was issued after a medical fitness examination conducted by the insurer on 27th October 2015, right? So 14th October the policy was issued. On 27th October 2015, within 13 days, he met with a road accident. He was found lying injured. Subsequently, he was shifted and he died on 9th November 2015. See, when the death claim happens within such a short period, they do an investigation and they use every possible excuse. He was a smoker. He had not revealed it. He had diabetes, but he did not reveal, and somehow it did not show up in the test. Right, any of these things are possible. They can go check your leave record and find that you had illness like, I can't see sugar or BP, but something like that, and therefore he had taken sick leave. All that will come out, and if there is a post-mortem done, which would have happened here, because if it was a road accident, the post-mortem done and it shows blood sugar, they're perfectly capable of saying this was not shown. Is it possible that the court says it should have been brought out by your tests? Perfectly all right, but that is still disputable. So when you think there is something which you should show off, you should reveal, like death of a parent died of cancer at the age of 64, it may be relevant. You may have to show it, because when you are trying to take cancer insurance or you're taking any other type of insurance, they ask you this question: did anybody in your family die before the age of 65 of cancer or some of those things? You have got to show it. You cannot hide it and hope that they will pay. Remember, I'm repeating this, you are not lying to the insurance company, you're lying to your nominee, saying here is this insurance policy, I have paid this premium, on my death they will pay. They will not pay if you have not filled the form properly, but rest assured, even if you have filled the form properly, they will come out with excuses like this is not a client, this is a pre-existing illness, any of those things. And if you have not bought it through a good person who is likely to help you in the claim, or you don't know anybody in the company or wherever you have taken the insurance, chances are these companies will find 100 excuses not to make payment. Thank you.